Classification of matter. I'm just going to go over this quickly, but matter, we know matter is generally, if you have a sample of matter there, it's a these are all different sorts of macroscopic substances composed of tiny particles. How tiny particles? Well, that depends. So you can generally divide this into two types of matter. Pure substances, which are all identical particles. And of course, nothing is completely pure, but we can treat a lot of things as being almost entirely pure. Water that you get from the tap, not quite pure, but almost close to that. So pure substances are never things that are completely possible or sort of idealized versions, but we can get a lot of things that are pretty pure. Mixtures contain multiple types of particles. And this is really what we're dealing with most of the time. Almost everything we interact with is a mixture of different particles. So if you're thinking of pure substances, then one type of pure substance is elements. These contain only one type of atoms. Particles may be atoms or molecules. And then compounds are one where the constituent particles are molecules or ions with multiple types of ions. So elements are all just one type of atom. Compounds, they're all identical particles. They're all the same, but each of them have different combinations of atoms. Methanol will be all one molecule of methanol. Each molecule of methanol contains different types of atoms, oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen, but it's all they're all the same. Each of them are the same. Mixtures will contain multiple types of particles. Homogeneous mixtures are particles particles randomly mixed together, solutions, but they are, if you look at any small volume, really any small volume you can see even with a microscope, it looks pretty uniform. These are generally transparent and need to be chemically separated. Heterogeneous mixtures, the particles are not so intimately mixed. If you take a microscope and go down, you'll start to see the particles are actually different. These are generally opaque because the size of the particles is large with respect to wavelengths of light, and these can generally be physically separated, filtered, or something like that. So these are the general classifications of matter you're going to be seeing. And read this over in a book, refresh your memory. That's all we're going to talk about on this. You'll see there's some practice questions there if you feel that you don't quite have a handle on this, but I would imagine almost everybody does. Okay. So moving forward to